Just back me up.
We on right now.
What's good, family? If it's Wednesday, if it is Wednesday, if it is the third day of the week, Wednesday, you done know it's soul food. So getting right to it, I want to say what's up to my little brother, the professor, the captain of the AKAs, my Texas two-step brother, Beer Jedi. What's good?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's your man Beer Jedi, aka the Black Alex P. Keaton, aka Fropocalypse, aka Shoe Rosenhaus, aka the Sneaker Maharaja,
Woo!
aka Martin Luther King. What's good, people?
Man,
Happy
I'm
Independence Day for you independent motherfuckers.
I'm glad to see y'all.
Hey, man, we're glad to have you back, man.
I don't know. I think y'all handled it so good. You know how you look and you see stuff is going so smooth and you're like, damn, they didn't even miss me. But we'll get to that. Anyway, let me say what's up to my other little brother, the mysterious, deep, still waters run deep, people. So y'all say, what's good to my little brother, Sneak Mill. What's going on, Dad?
Mysterious. Why mysterious?
Because you got on the goddamn Cavs hat this week. That's why.
No, that's not mysterious.
I could just call you the schizophrenic one if I was going to talk about the Caps, but
not much going on, man. We got a little bit of a delay today just due to we just switched internet providers. So I was trying to get a stronger service so this can I could be on par with the quality that Beer Jedi and OG Sneaker. You know, I'm a big fan of quality. All that. I always talk trash about the suedes and the leathers and all that. And my internet collection didn't have that same quality, so I'm trying to get that together for the people. And another fail on my end, but we're gonna try to get it together. But that's all that's going on in this corner.
Now I call you the mysterious one just because for me every week it's like opening. This is probably a analogy that's gonna miss some people. Opening up a box of Cracker Jacks, and you don't know what that surprise toy is going to be inside. You always have something that's worth getting to the bottom of the box, my brother.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because usually the Cracker Jack box is like a 5-cent toy. So if you're saying that whatever I bring it to the table is a 5-cent toy, then it's
see, there we go. There it is right there. No,
fighting already.
I'm
usually like a cancerous tattoo sticker that you put on you or something like that.
Jesus Christ, cancerous?
Where my mom said, don't put those tattoos on you that you get in that Cracker Jack box. It might cause you cancer. Yeah. I don't know if y'all ever heard that before.
Wow, not only did I pick the wrong word, but I picked the wrong analogy. I'm going to spend the rest of the show trying to come back from this. So let's just keep it on moving. Y'all know what we do in that appetizer. We got some business that we got to take care of. And the first thing that I'm going to call on today is that Hump Day Heat. So since I wasn't here last week, I'll just go ahead and start it off. But Beard, I had to change my Hump Day Heat because you made me scared. I'm not throwing my feet up in the air, but this was my first Hump Day Heat because I didn't think I was going anywhere today. So that was all I had on, just them nice, comfortable 3-stripe slides. But I did have to go out again later on to take my daughter to her music lesson, and they were sitting on the floor staring at me, and I just decided to de-ice those LeBrons that I picked up when I was in San Diego last week. These are the Zoom Generation ST Low. And shout out to my man Guru from the Sneaker Box podcast. He hit me up with the dope history lesson, was telling me that these LeBrons were the first lifestyle shoe for the LeBron line. And I don't know how many colorways they have, but this is one of the OG colorways for this shoe. I didn't know anything about it when I got it. I just knew it was a LeBron that I had not seen before. It was dope because it was a low. I didn't think it was an on-court version. I was pretty sure that it's kind of a lifestyle shoe, but just really well done. Like I don't know if you can really tell here, but like the midsole has a leather covering all the way around, going across the toe box, and then it kind of opens and you just got the little, regular midsole material there. And then like where the swoosh is and here going back across the heel, it's leather wrapped again. So just really nice. See that leather? You know, it's pretty nice. You know, for a lifestyle shoe. To me, you know, pretty nice grade of leather. You know, got the nice little metal accents and all those. Also metal tip shoelaces. So, you know, they were getting it in for $90 back in the day. The shoe was, you know, the retail on the box was $90. So, first one of these, you know, like I'm kind of picking up from some other people that I've seen that are, you know, kind of trying to reach back. I'm already doing that on my Jordans. But I've seen some older LeBrons that I never had that, you know, I want to try to diversify the collection. So those are my hump day heat, probably longer than it should be, but I missed a week, so I'm gonna be a little long today, people. Just work with your brother. But awesome. What about you, Dabs? What was that hump day heat looking like?
I literally did not wear anything besides going to the park with my son. So it's just a pair of I think Air Max 2015s, just playing in the park with him. So I didn't. I mean, that's actually my alternate workout shoe as well. So other than that, nothing special. Not today.
Professor Jedi.
Before I get to my hump day heat, I want to shout out the team early real quick. They were in the chat waiting on us, and I appreciate y'all. Cadillac Jackson, who's in and out, he's on his way home, so he said he'd hop back in a minute. 804, the Kang of Foams and Jays, Jamie White. We got Warrior Bloods in the building, OG Kicks, Timber Stan, Black Ass African, Gabriel Kicks, Tay Baltimore, Timber Stan. I think I might have just said you twice, but that just shows you how much I appreciate you. And that's what we got running on. Don Turner's in the building as well. Illa Ills and Cracks Shoe Line Express is in the building as well. So props to all y'all, man. Props to all y'all. A lot of these cats are on Instagram under the same name. So if you're on IG, make sure you follow the family. If you go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Soulful Sneaker Talk, you will be able to find all of these members because we follow y'all and we rock with y'all. In case you didn't know that.
Kang is like he need to change his name to the Kang on Instagram because he was resistant and now he's like the bull in the China shop, man.
His first day on Instagram, he posted like 75 pictures. And they were all shoes and shirts. I said, what the hell? Plain ass Rob is in the building. He still ain't changed his name. What's up, Rob? Thanks for coming back. Today I didn't do much. I just had to make a quick run out. So I had on the beaters. And for those of y'all who don't know, these are my beaters. BC3s in the house. Very cracked, very beat up, very comfortable. And so, yeah, that's what I had on feet today.
That's crazy that my Grail shoe would be your beater. It just, when you say beater and you talk about the Black Cement 3, I just feel some kind of way. But I understand what you're saying. I'm not holding it against you. I'm just saying.
I apologize, sir. I apologize.
Man, look, your feet are so crispy today that you got the little HD sign in the corner.
Who HD?
You, bro. On my feed, when you come up, it says HD.
I don't know what happened there. Somebody, the line must be tapped.
You crispy.
The line must be tapped.
All right, so I think we had a little appetizer conversation that we were going to have, and then I think we can end out with the pickups. Can we do it that way?
You drive it, sir. It's fine by me.
All right, well, I know Dabs had mentioned we wanted to talk a little bit about, so Kang, you can go and get you a sandwich because I know you don't want to be involved in this conversation, but we want to talk about some of these trades and some of this money that's going on in the NBA right now. But so I'm gonna turn it over to you, Dabs, because I know you're a little bit more versed to drive the conversation.
Okay, well, just wanted to hit up a little NBA talk. This is literally my favorite time of the year when it comes to the NBA because the regular season actually has become very predictable per se. I mean, 3 years in a row now. It's been 3 years right now. We've had the Warriors and the Cavs in the finals, correct?
Mm-hmm.
3 years in a row. So next year should. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I said that's correct. 3 years.
So I mean, so now it's to the point to where my most exciting thing is now watching the postseason and seeing what these teams are doing to combat that, whether it's in the East or the West. But now it seems like for some reason, a lot of players that were in the East, whether it's Paul George or Jimmy Butler, among others, they've left the Eastern Conference. They got away from LeBron, and now all of a sudden they're in the West where the Warriors are. So now, I mean, they've made the road that much easier for LeBron to get to the finals, and And the Warriors, you know, they're still the Warriors. They're actually they're going to be better than last year. They signed Nick Young to like a $5 million contract. When everybody's making big money, he averaged 13 points last year. Usually that 13 points these days will give you about $15 million a year. He took less. Kevin Durant took less to be with the Warriors. I don't know, man. That's a lot of sacrifice. And I don't know. There's a lot of things going on in the NBA with these contracts and stuff. Otto Porter, I was talking to OG about that. I think several teams are interested in giving him $25 million a year. What's the kid down in New Orleans? I can't think of his name. Is it Drew Holiday? I want to say Drew Holiday. He got 20. I think he got around $25 million a year. He averaged 15 points last year, but he got $25 million a year. And I know maybe I'm the old school cat or whatever, but man, there's a lot of people making big money. You know, Michael Jordan made 33 million. That's the most he's made in one season. That's when there was no cap. Yeah. He was there, you know, and he was worth every dime. You know, Kevin Durant, he's going to make 27 million.
Well,
wow, Curry makes 40 million per year. I mean, it's a lot of money going on. It's a lot of I mean, Blake Griffin gets 25 to 30 million dollars a year, and he barely plays. I don't know what you guys think about all this money that's going on.
I'm not too mad about the money because I'm always for the players getting paid. We know these owners have been making way too much fucking money. Now these players are getting money. I wonder about, like LeBron tweeted out, you know, why is there a salary cap and all this shit? And I get it. But at a certain point, man, the comparison I used when I was talking to OG and Caddy about this was baseball. Baseball doesn't have a salary cap. But baseball also plays 162 games. Baseball also makes money year-round. Baseball also has stadiums that seat more people. So it's a lot easier for them to move that kind of money. You know what I mean? Whereas basketball, I think that the owners are kind of inept. They make bad decisions. Shout out to Darius Miles. And they don't know how to you can't just have them out here free spending because teams would be completely they would go bankrupt. Cleveland would have been bankrupt. When LeBron left, they would have been bankrupt easily if it wasn't for things like the cap, putting other teams in position where you had to stop. So there's that. The thing that I'm noticing the most now is the way the league is changing. I mean, of course, you see a lot of people that are moving around and doing what they got to do, but you wouldn't have seen players like CP3 just jumping ship, say, I'm not staying here, I'm out. Trade me for this ham sandwich. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't even say it's a ham sandwich. It was a lopsided trade. Actually, I think the other way, because they traded, 5 players? 2 players that, you know, have the potential to be all-stars, and then they got 3 backup players and a pick or some shit like that. But you wouldn't have seen some of these moves being made. I'm just kind of shocked by the moves that they made. And I'm also shocked, you know, when we talk about the money, that Steph Curry's getting his $40 million. Get your money. But for you to get $40 million, how are they going to keep it together? Because you're the first one. We still got Durant. Durant got 26. We got Iguodala, who got like another 9 or 10. We still got Clay who got to resign.
Iguodala got damn near 16. He got 16 million.
16. You still got to get Iguodala resigned. Like, I mean, not Iguodala, Klay Thompson. You still got to get Draymond Green. How do you keep a team like that together if a dude is making $40 million? And I'm not saying that you shouldn't make what you can make, but damn, at some point you got to feel like, you know, a KD and be like, hey, I'll take less at $26 million than what I command just so we have a team. And that kind of sucks too. Like, I don't know what the breaking point is, but it damn sure seemed like it. It damn sure seemed like we're getting close to it.
Well, I like what Kevin Durant did with taking less money. I think more players should be selfless like that, especially if they want to win. If they're gonna control the league in which they're doing, which in my opinion is bad for the NBA, because there's no other league where we can say, hey, yo, we know who's going to be in the finals. There's no other league where that happens. The NBA is the only league where that continually happens. This isn't new. You know, the Bulls, we knew they was going to make the finals, but they didn't do it from being buddy-buddy. The Lakers and the Celtics really didn't do it from being buddy-buddy. I'm talking back in the 80s. But now everybody's friends, holding hands and picking each other up when they get knocked down and on banana boats and all this stuff. And now the league has become a 2-team league. And there's a reason why the numbers for the league this year were down.
Here's the only thing I would say. Instead of the players having to take less money, why aren't the owners taking less money? Why can't the owner say, okay, I am fine with $1 billion. I can donate this other $500 million to my cap. I know OG Kicks Clay got another year before his contract.
You can't do that. It's a cap. You know, the cap prevents that.
But if we got to talk
baseball,
about,
that's not a problem.
That's what I'm saying. So maybe this shit needs to be navigated so that the owners who are making all the money can back their money instead of the players taking less money.
But would you really want to see that, man? Would you really want to see a capless NBA and where, okay, we know New York's the big market. New York will have all the talent. I
already expressed I don't want to see that either. But I don't know what the fix is. I don't know how you fix it. OG Kick said that Clay's got another year before his contract. Yeah, but that still doesn't change the fact that Steph's already getting $40 million.
Yeah, Draymond got about 3 or 4 more years until his is up too. So,
and then you still got to get KD. The KD signed a 2-year deal, so you already got $60 million on the books for next season, and you still got to get Clay again after. Like, it's just rough, man. It's definitely rough to watch this shit happen.
So, I mean, do you think this is a better NBA for this, for the players making the moves, or was it better when the owners and the GMs were navigating these moves? Because right now it's the players' league. They're determining where they want to go. Not only do these players say, I mean, look at the Paul George situation. You know, we're not going to go too long on this, but the Paul George situation, his contract didn't expire until after next year. Mm-hmm. So, therefore, he says, hey, I want to be traded. But it's not like he was going to be a free agent this year. He's going to be a free agent after next year. I mean,
he didn't say he wanted to be traded. He said he wasn't coming back, and that's just part of the game. Everybody playing defense. That's why Otto Porter's getting that money, because somebody else wants him more than Washington. He's more valuable to Brooklyn, so Brooklyn gonna open up the Brinks truck for him, and money talks and bullshit runs the marathon.
I mean, I get that point of it, of wanting somebody more, but then again, people can't be foolish with their money. You know what I'm saying? As far as like when the Nets got Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and all that crap, and they gave Boston the litany of draft picks in which they're getting very high quality players when they're like the 3rd or 4th best team in the league. Those are foolish moves. This might be another foolish move by the Nets. You know, so I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot going on. These players, I liked it better back in the day when, you know, these organizations will put teams together and they're putting the quality. I'm all for people getting their paper. Don't get me wrong.
I can't say that I'm mad at the people that's doing the work, making more money, making a better wage, because the owner always, he who holds the gold makes all the rules. So the owners not only make all the money, but they sitting in the room making all the rules about where the money goes and who gets it and who profits and who doesn't.
But what does it say about competition?
Bro, this business.
What does it say about us? I get it's a business for them, but for us as fans of the product, where does it leave us? It leaves us with
realizing that it's business.
It leaves us with lower ratings.
Even back in the day, it was business.
It leaves the NBA with lower TV ratings.
But they still got more money. That's how they paying these contracts. So you would say they got lower ratings, but they diversifying that money someplace.
I guess it's just something that I'm not enjoying. And, you know, I mean, from a business standpoint, that's almost the same thing with YouTube. You know, when you treat it like a business and you grow and you grow, but everybody don't want to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm almost feeling about the NBA, to where it's like, okay, it's a business, you're growing, but what about the fans? You left us behind. The players have left us behind. This shit ain't worth watching till the finals.
Facts. Yeah, I think being a fan of pro sports is taking the back for the last couple of years across the board with fantasy sports. You everybody's a different kind of fan now. Like, you don't have that need to stand strong with a team, because we watch sports basically the way it's being played in the NBA. You don't give a fuck about the team. You're watching the players. You watch the players to see what they do for your fantasy league. So it's a great time for the players. It's a great time for the owners. It's a great time for the advertisers, and it's a rough time for the fans. And I think the fans have changed just the way the games have changed across the board. You know, they've all changed. I don't know that we'll see another player like a Dirk or a Kobe that plays 20 years with the same franchise. I don't know that that's necessary, but I just don't. You know, pros are starting to look like college sports.
I mean, I don't think it's necessary to stay on the same team, especially if no other answers are given. You know, right. But the Kevin Durant thing, for me, they were close. And maybe if he didn't get along with Russell Westbrook, whatever the situation, but they were close. That's like Michael Jordan saying, "Hey, Karl Malone, let's get together in our primes. Let's do the damn thing." I don't know. It feels really, really awkward to me to be a fan of the product. And I can't talk that much crap because the Cavs, they've been paramount for doing this. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing in players, overpaying J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson. So it's not like, they didn't play a part. I guess for me, to be honest, the NBA has changed me from being a hardcore Chicago fan to being a hardcore LeBron fan to being a Durant fan to being a whatever player it is that you like. And then, forget about the team because we're just going to follow them anyway. When LeBron goes to LA, hey, you might see a Lakers hat on.
But I think that they're a victim of their own success from the standpoint when you start marketing individuals, then people gravitate to that. People fall in love with a certain player and they follow that player as opposed to being raised on, I grew up in this area and so I was raised to be an X fan, no matter who, it was the name on the front, not the name on the back. But in all sports, they market in the name on the back almost as equally, if in some cases more than they market in the name on the front.
Right. I guess for me, more or less from a fan perspective, it's just tougher to see the NBA going down this road. It's tough when you know who's going to be in the finals. That takes the joy out of a whole season. We have 30 teams playing 82 games. That's over 2,400 games that don't mean shit. That's hard to fathom. That's hard to take in. You got a lot of games that really don't mean anything.
They're talking about taking even more games away because there's a lot of buzz right now on ESPN, which is the voice that matters, right? Since Fox Sports is falling apart, they're pushing the agenda that, hey, let's just get rid of the divisions and let's just say the 16 best records make it. So you can mess around and get 12 teams out of the West. Hey,
didn't the WNBA do that already?
Well, what's the say?
I'm not comparing the WNBA to the NBA, but I'm just saying, I think they went with that format. And I'm not saying it was less or more successful. I don't watch the WNBA at all, but that would be interesting. But then again, like I said, then why do we need conferences?
Exactly. So then it's like, what are we doing now? I don't. Certain things I think is just part of the game and shouldn't change, and that's one of the things. If you're in the East and it's the worst division and you have a record that makes it to the playoffs, so be it. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be there. Maybe you'll rise to the top and have, they said the same thing about baseball. They were talking about once baseball introduced the wild card, they were like, oh, you're going to ruin the game. We've had wild cards win the ship. So it's just, you never know what's going to happen, man. I don't like that idea.
I'm going to tell you guys this. The Warriors, they loaded up. They ready to go. But I hope you guys can still see me because my system's going down. But when Carmelo gets bought out, and he goes to the Cavaliers, and when Dwayne Wade get balled up and goes to the Cavaliers, we're gonna see who's gonna like that, who's gonna like those moves. So that's gonna be stupid. LeBron, Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, who else? Are we saying here? Oh, Chris Paul get traded to him. We need Team USA NBA teams.
Are we saying that Carmelo is the missing link for some team making it to the finals? Is that what we're saying right now?
He would be as a third option. But that's where we're going. I guess that's my point. If you got Kyrie, you got LeBron, you got Carmelo as a third option.
Okay.
Doesn't it seem excessive to you guys? When is enough?
I think your argument's better when you say Love and then Dwayne Wade. I said this in the chat. I'm gonna say it to you. You might not.
Love is staying there too. You're gonna have Melo, Wade, Love, Kyrie, and LeBron. You're gonna have all five with that team.
Then my prediction stays the same. Carmelo will never win a ship. He will never win a championship.
he was a third. If he goes to Golden State, he will.
He might be a jinx. He might be a jinx, and then Golden State will fall off. Everybody get injured or some shit.
Jeez. I don't know. I don't want to get too much deeper into it. I think the one move that I did like the most was Paul George getting traded for 2 banana peels and a carburetor to the Thunder. I thought that was a great move. They should fit if he, Paul George got to know you're not a number one, my man. You a number two. Let Westbrook run the show and hope he just got to be open to pass a little bit more. He can't be, he can't hug the ball like he's been doing with Paul George on this team now. And that's my favorite move so far.
We will definitely see what happens. West is definitely heavy right now. Extremely heavy. This is good luck with the East, man. I don't even know what to say. Good luck with the East. We got our appetizer where we did our pickups this week. Dabs, what did you pick up this week, sir?
Absolutely nothing.
That's why we talking about basketball, because you ain't buy no Heat this week.
Hey, nothing to buy. Nothing to buy.
Tell me what's good. You got everything in the house and you couldn't find nothing out there?
I hit you guys up, man. I was out all day yesterday, July 4th, looking for something.
That with the people. That's what I meant.
You said what now?
Go ahead.
I was just saying I was out all day just to let the people know. I had to let OG and Beer Jet know I was out all day. Outlets, I hit 3 different outlets, literally. Hit up a whole bunch of malls, and there was literally nothing out there, man. In fact, in some stores, they were knocking back up the prices to retail on shoes that I already had. So I don't know. I did cop something online this week. Hopefully, I'll get here sometime, later on this week to next week, and I'll be able to show you guys that. But just been unsuccessful in the cops for this week.
All right, Beard. I got to grab a shoe. So can you show your pickups?
Yeah, one of the pickups was actually from the homie, OG. Got me the Cork SB highs.
Yes, sir.
It's not a shoe that I can't. I'm not one of those people that can say I was always on this shoe. But I saw it. It was a good deal. Y'all can see the bottom of these bad boys, and they're not, beat up. They're straight. $50.
Dang.
$50. So for me, that's a win. I don't have any Cork shoes. I always thought it was, kind of interesting, but it's still soft and pliable. And it's Cork. So,
that's dope.
That's still a win. So thank you, OG, for the assist on that. And then I've got the second part in my my Untold Truth Negro League collection. This is the Veracruz. I think these are Dunks as well, Dunk lows with the little Velcro strap. Got the Negro League on the inside. I was mad with this guy because I got these off eBay, and he had them pictured with a box, which I assume was the box for the shoes that had the story in the top, which is what I really want for the collection. And then I got the shoes in a box, but it wasn't double box. It was just a shipping box. Mm. So I hit him up. I was like, yo, what happened to the box? I had the box out and someone stepped on him. I was like, do you have the top? And he never responded. So I was talking to the fellas. I was like, I could send it back. And I like that one. I like that one, Gemini 605. I like that one. Let me write that down. But I hit the dude up and I was like, yo, do you have the box? He said somebody stepped on it. And I hit him back and was like, yo, do you still have the top? He never responded. So I was like, okay, do I open the case for it or not? And I decided not to. I could find another pair, maybe get the box because I really want that top. But those are my 2 cops for this week.
So I did a little damage when I was in San Diego. I was totally disappointed in LA. I couldn't even get a pair of Vans in LA. I was just totally shut out in LA, and that really kind of messed with me because I was disappointed about that. But what I got is my Hump Day Heat, the LeBrons was a pickup I got in San Diego. I had to get these when I got back home. So I don't know. Are we switching or is it stuck on Beard? Because on my side, all I see is Beard.
No, we can see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So these are Vans has a Charlie Brown, or not a Charlie, a Peanuts collection. And actually my daughters wanted to get a pair, the Snoopy joints, the high top, for their respective birthdays. One, it was her birthday, and the other one is coming next month. And I saw these and I was like, man, that's really dope. So these are the Charlie Browns, and they say good grief on the tongue. One says good, the other one says grief. My first pair of Vans, so I was glad about that. These next 2 cops are Beard's fault. So he shared with me and Caddy his mistaken purchase of one of these Untold Truth Negro League joints. And when I saw that, to me, it's kind of like put me in the same mood of like how the Black History Months were making me feel. So I was like, I had that on the mind. And then the fact that the shoes were just such a crazy quality and leather. So when I was in San Diego, I found another pair that goes in that collection. And if you follow me on IG, you probably already saw me post these up. But these are the New York Cubans Air Force One, and they are, of course, part of the Untold Truths collection. But just the leather on here, man, it is crazy. This is a premium. And I don't know if you can see like the tag in there, but that's how you know they're the Untold Truth. And this was actually, it started as a collaboration with Nike and the Negro Baseball League Museum. So, you know, some of these shoes, you know, they were curated in terms of, you know, the information and everything, you know, in connection with the Negro Baseball League Museum. But I grabbed the wrong one because that's just why I wanted to see the hang tag, man. I mean, that's just,
look at the stitching, man. Jesus,
these things are just premium. So he got me stuck on that. So y'all probably gonna see both of us copping a bunch. And then after that, I went online and I have been looking at some other ones, and I found a pair of these are Veracruz Dunk highs. Also, you can see on the heel, they're part of that Untold Truths collection. But the leather on these things, this is no joke. They are all shattered backboard quality all over the shoe. I mean, it is just ridiculous. If you look at the tongue, like I have them unlaced now so you can see, this particular pair was in honor of Josh Gibson. And I took the insoles out. I have them in the other room, but it has his name and last name and number, which was 20 on the insole of the shoe. But the attention to detail on these things are insane. There's two that I'm looking for, that I'm really on the hunt for, and they're both Air Maxes. One was for Satchel Paige, and the other was for the Homestead Graves. Anybody knows somebody got 11 and a half or 12 and those that are in decent condition, please holler at your boy, because I'm really, both of us are, you know, looking to try to find different pieces of this. I don't know that I'll ever get them all, because I think the more I look, the more ones I find.
Yeah.
But those were my pickups, and like I said, those last two are the fault of Beard, because if he hadn't bought that other shoe, the Red Sox joint, and mentioned it, I wouldn't have even, you know, I wouldn't have even known it. But I just think that whole collection, I wish they did more stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think, you know, there's a story in it. There's, you know, these are pieces like Beard and I were talking on Marco that, you know, I may have to buy the Air Maxes. I've seen them out there not in my size, and I haven't gotten to the point, because I do want to rock them. I haven't gotten to the point where I will buy something that's not in my size just to have it in my collection. But this is the first kind of collection of shoes that I would consider doing that. It just, for me, it just speaks that much to me. It also reminds me, there was one of the favorite movies that I saw when I was a kid with my dad was Bingo Long, Traveling All Stars.
I knew he was going to say that. I knew he was going to say it's a great movie.
Man, if you have not seen that movie and you love baseball, or you love Billy Dee and Richard Pryor, I mean, it is, you know, for its day, it was like, you know, Eddie Murphy and all these cats getting together and make a movie about something. It's got stars galore for that, you know, 1970s era, you know, of black movie star. But it is a dope baseball movie. It does have a lot of the flavor, and some of it is based in kind of some stories that came out of the Negro Baseball League, but they do not, you know, they didn't use any actual, you know, names of players. They're all, you know, made up players, but it's just a dope story, man. Matter of fact, I think I might watch it later on tonight. I was saying I was going to try to watch it yesterday and I didn't, but if I can find it on Netflix or something, I think that's a go for my wind down movie for the night.
Absolutely. Classic movie.
Do we have any other pickups or any other business in the appetizer section?
I think that's it for the appetizers, first, sir. I think these people are ready to eat.
Ready? So the main course tonight is kind of following on the last couple of shows. We're still looking at this first 6 months of 2017 in terms of the shoes that have dropped. But tonight is probably going to be weird for everybody because these are our top 5 pickups of the cops that we've made from January to now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you guys, but I just found this was really, really difficult. What you say, Beard?
It was definitely tough. I mean, it was tougher for some of us than for others because I didn't have that many cops this year. I think a lot of the ones that I had were just cool. They were, financial cops. They were steals and deals, but nothing that I thought was really dope. So my selection process was pretty simple, especially once y'all told me that I couldn't pick all my Air Force Ones as one cop. So then I had to, that's when I had to break it down like, all right. I think it was a lot easier for me actually to pick out the one pair that was a disappointment, which we'll share with y'all as well. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to do our 5, but we're each going to do our number at a time. So we're not one person sitting there talking for 20 minutes and try and share you a little bit of the story if we got one with it. So we'll do the 5s, then we'll do the 4s, we'll do 3s, the 2s, and then maybe we'll jump to the most disappointing pair, and then we'll go and get the top one that we picked up for the year, if y'all think that's cool.
I think that's a good way to roll.
Cool. So since you're doing the driving, sir, would you like to go first for your number 5 shoe?
Certainly not. I have no problem with doing that. So my number 5, no suspense. Other than I have to blame this one on Dabs, but it's a positive blame because I was really kind of sleeping on this kind of whole area of kicks, but it's something that he's been really on. And once I saw them, I really had to get them. And I bought this shoe twice. And it is them Belgian waffle things. It was a collab with Feature.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was like a neck and neck between this and the cheesesteaks, the Whiz Without. But for me, the colors on this one just pop so much more. I gravitate to this one a little bit more, although they are both dope shoes. And I don't know if you all remember, but I did cop this twice because I got it in an 11 and it just didn't fit right. And so I gave the oop to Lister and because I found an 11 and a half. So was really, really hyped about getting this. It's a shoe that I love to wear. Every time I wear it, I always get either, man, not a positive, what are those? Not what are those? But what is that? Or like, oh, you got those, people who mess with runners and things like that. They they know about them. So that was my number 5 shoe. The Belgian waffles.
I will go next with my number 5 shoe for the year. And the only reason this is 5 is because there has to be a 5. I've got the Royalty 4s as my number 5. Only wore these once. And I think it's a dope shoe. It's one of those that once I actually saw them in hand, I was like, yo, I got to have it. The reason that this made my top 5, though, is the story behind it. So this was during the one of the first 30% off weekends. And I went down to Houston, and I had some shoes that I hadn't worn yet. And I went there to trade them in, to return them, exchange them, however you want to put it. And they said, yeah, you can exchange them. Didn't have the receipt. You can exchange them, but you have to exchange them for the current value, and you have to do it now. Like, we're not giving you a voucher. You got to do it now. So I rolled up in there, and I got a pair of David Letterman ones and 2 pair of Kobe's. Like, I rolled out there. I was like, yes, that's a win. So then I went to the other outlet in Houston, and I rolled in there, and I had the David Lettermans on me just because I was like, hey, I don't really want these, but I had to trade something. So we'll see what happens. I went in there, and they traded them again for me at a higher price than what I paid for them at the other spot. And the royalties were sitting there. So by the time I traded and got the Royalty 4s, I think I traded Royalty 4s or something else that I didn't wear. I traded the Royalty 4s and used the discount. It ended up being $35 cash out of hand to get those Royalty 4s. So for me, that's why that's my number 5. $35, man. That's a win. That's a win all day. I messaged Dabs. If y'all saw the show, y'all already know this. I messaged Dabs on the phone. I was like, yo, I'm running out of this joint. The fact that they had, because it was the only pair, like somebody had just returned them. And when I got the one shoe, one of the workers was like, oh, damn, you about to get those? I was like, yeah, if they fit, it's a 12. So if it fit, it's good. And when I tried them on, I was like, shh, it's a W, I'm out. And he was like, dang. And somebody else was like, where are these at? Where are these at? And ain't no more. This is the one pair. I'm out. So yeah, that was my win. That's my number 5 though.
And shout out to the chat. I see Timberstan put up his 5. I won't say all his numbers, but his number 5 was the Jordan 12 Chinese New Year. So if you all can do this on the fly and want to participate, hit us off and let us know, what your top 5 from your cops that you made in the first part of the year, what they be. I know Cadillac can't do his because we'll be here next week waiting for him to try to figure out and call through all of that. What you got?
All right, for me, I got these puppies right here. Just from a comfort level and aesthetically, I think they're a really dope shoe. And it just really just been a picture of this summer for me, my wife, and my son. Whether we're traveling, we throwing this on. Whether we hit the amusement parks, we're throwing this on. My son's been, I don't know, he really kind of conquered a fear of his, and this kind of represents that. We've been hitting the coasters really hard, and some of them have really intimidated him. Some of the coasters 400 feet high, 300 feet high, 100 miles per hour, and he's a thinker. He's studying the numbers. Well, this goes that fast. He's really into that. So sometimes too much knowledge might scare you per se. Sometimes it's best just to get on it and not know the numbers, not know the stats, not know if somebody actually has been hurt on it or whatever. But this kind of represents that. Usually when I'm going to the park or whatever, these bad boys are on my feet, and it's the boost. It's super comfortable, So that's why this number 5 for me.
That's what's up.
OG, what you got at number 4, sir?
All right, number 4 for me. So the only way that I could even make this work was to think beyond just the shoe, and like more what the shoe represents in addition to the just the shoe itself. And for me, the opportunity in February to go to the All-Star game was just really a dope opportunity for me. It was something that I've always wanted to do, and this year it kind of came together in a perfect storm because I was already in the New Orleans area for work. I do travel for my job. And so what that meant was the only thing it was going to cost me to go to be there was a hotel room for the extra days and, whatever events. And since I've seen, like when the All-Star game was in New York and even when it was in DC, all the pop-up shops and the different kicks that were going to be available around the All-Star game, I just always wanted to be able to have that experience and have a chance to get. And if any of y'all remember the video, y'all know I went ham in New Orleans. I spent way too much money in terms of copping shoes. But and the shoe that I picked, you might surprise you in terms of all of that, of the shoes that I did cop. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I copped 5 pair that weekend. But the one that stood out for me, that I was really glad to get into the collection, and actually I had to get it afterwards because I wasn't able to get it when I was in New Orleans, but it's representative, is those All-Star ones. We had a discussion earlier about, can you pick one and have it stand for all the ones? And I thought about that, when I was going through this beard, but to me, just the fact that it's not an OG colorway, because people had this discussion all the time, like, okay, well, we want OG colorways, or well, now we don't want OG colorways. That's, give me something new. And I felt that this was kind of, you got an ode to an OG colorway with the, the black toe and the white, but then you have that whole crazy, I don't even know what they call this chameleon kind of colorway thing going on. And to me, this was, of all the All-Star shoes, even though it's a 1 and you could say it's basic, to me, it was the best of all of the shoes that they had, for that word, the colorway or whatever, for the All-Star. So my number 4 is the Air Jordan 1 All-Star.
My number 4 is a sentimental pick for this show, because, well, first of all, it's the Blue Suede 12s. The reason that this is number 4 is because I caught this on a random restock as we were getting ready for the show. So I'm sitting here, we're going over the show like we normally do. We pregame and we're talking about the show, and I get a notification on my phone, and it said that I think these were from Foot Locker or Nike. It might have been Nike. It was Nike, and it was like, the restock is fresh, and I was like, okay, let me see what it is. And I looked, and I'm like, they're in here. I went ahead and carted them. I'm like, okay. So we're talking. I'm like, yeah, I just went ahead and I got these the 12s, but I don't think it's gonna come through or whatever. It just seemed a little too easy. And sure enough, they came through. So for me, that's every time I look at the show, I look at the shoe, I think about the show, because we were sitting here prepping for it, and these just happened to fall in my lap. So that was a win. That was a win for me. Dope shoe. I still haven't rocked it yet. It's still DS.
What you waiting on, brother?
It's got to be special to wear my Blue Suede shoes. Got to be something special.
No.
Got to be something special, but they definitely dope.
Oh, and let me, before Dab go, let me just say that I forgot to do my requisite commercial for the family. Yes, I always rock leather in my ones, and so far, all my leather laces have come from the homie at Sneakerheads Clothing Line. So if you're looking for leather laces with the nice gold tips, I think they got silver tips and some other things too, but I was just in a gold kind of mood. So shout out to the homie Jason and the family over at Sneakerheads Clothing Line. I'll be looking for my check next week.
And your shirt.
Yeah, exactly. But what you got for number 4, Dabs?
Number 4 for me, it's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the sorry, I'm getting out the box right now. Bacon and eggs joints, the Sauconys. Nothing too much special on the story, but I guess the most special part about this particular shoe was the quality. When I got these in hand, the quality was just on point to me. It was so much on point that definitely made my top 5 for the year so far. Love these joints.
I was laughing not at the shoe, but the video. I remember when somebody in the house called them because of that pink, and it just made me laugh. I'm not going to repeat it.
Not going to repeat that at all.
But every time I think of that shoe, I will think of that.
Absolutely.
That was hilarious.
What we got on deck for number 3?
Back to me?
Back to you, sir.
All right, so I'll try to keep the story shorter. Y'all know how Nike disappointed me with the BHMs, but Adidas killed it this year. And to me, one of the dopest BHM collection, definitely for this year, but my number 3 is that Harden Volume 1, Black History Month shoe, which was done in honor of Arthur Ashe, who won Wimbledon in 1975. Was the first African-American man to win Wimbledon, sorry. And they had 3 kicks to honor him. That was the D-Rose 7 and the Dame Lillard. I'm not sure. Is it the 3? I think maybe.
Yeah.
But out of all of those 3, to me, this was the dopest shoe. I watched it and watched it and watched it. I was able to get the D-Rose when they dropped, but the Hardens I missed on, and I've been watching this pair on StockX for, I know, it seemed like 6-8 months. Well, no, it can't be that long because it's just February. Since February. And the person kind of came down on their price, and I went up a little bit higher, but dope shoe. I really love it. And again, the story behind it and who this honors, you know, is just dope to me. And I'm that's my number 3.
My number 3 is what would have been all one shoe, but like I said, the brothers hated on me, so I had to make a choice. So man? I went with the bread ones for number 3. These are the bread lows are the ones that got me into ones. Like I said, I found a pair of those at the outlet. They were on sale for like $40. I put them on and I was like, yo, like I've seen them on other people's feet and I thought they were cool. But once I saw it on my foot, I was like, yeah, I actually think I could pull these off. So I went ahead and got the lows and then I went ham. From the time I got those last year to now, counting lows and highs, I think I'm somewhere around 12 pair of ones or some stupid shit like that. But for me, the breads, I mean, it's an iconic shoe, of course. The black and red or bread, say it however you want to. I don't give a shit. I rock mine with the fat laces. I've worn these a couple times, and they just dope, man. It's just a shoe I really enjoy and I really like throwing on. And I definitely do like the highs. You know, a lot of people talk about the highs and how they rub on your legs and shit. If you wear short socks, you just don't wear short socks. Wear some taller socks. I always wear my Devos. I always got on the Devo Hood special socks. My socks come up to right about my knee. Be they black or white, they come up to my knee. So this is never an issue with me. It's just a dope kick, and that's my third one. Rounding out my top.
Catching up in the chat, Black Ass African 251 says his number 4 shoe is a black cement Jordan Dunk. And Sneaker Struggles. His number 5 was an All-Star Ones, and his number 4 is a Black Toe Ones. And real talk, I could have had a top 5 that was nothing but ones.
I could have too.
I mean, it was really difficult to try to come up, you know, with 5 shoes. And if you ask me next week, this 5 probably at least 4 of them might be different. What you got for number 3, Dabs?
Number 3 is a sneaker that, you know, a lot of people say they waited a long time for, but a lot of people actually wasn't even alive when this shoe came out originally. A lot of the young ones anyway. See a lot of people saying, "Oh, I want the shoe." They're like 25 years old. I'm like, how the hell you was 5 years old? You knew you had to have this shoe right here. It's the Chutney 13 Low. You know, just the silhouette and the colorway alone was something that made this worth picking up. You know, the quality is, you know, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? The toe is just pure. That's bullshit right there. That's complete bullshit right there. But the shoe is dope enough in silhouette. You got enough of the decent, not great suede on the side pillow panel right there, and then down here to make it a cot-worthy shoe. You know, you can still get them, fam. You should still get them. They're available for the low.
So Warrior
already
Blood
seen them knocked down.
Warrior Blood 510. This is not top 5 of all time. This is just top 5 of the shoes that we've copped in the past 6 months, from January to the end of June.
Yeah, so we didn't, you know, say it had to be released this year. It was just shoes that we copped this year. So, you know, I know that a lot of people have been posting on the gram and doing YouTube videos where they did their purchases for this year. We decided to do a little bit different. So it's just all of our cops, regardless if it was released this year or not, if you were able to get it. Because sometimes that's the story, that you weren't able to get it on release date. You had to wait, and then it dropped in your lap. And that's nothing but dopeness right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, I think I did a video, and then I pulled from the homie Polos and J's, and I did like the shoe wheel last night. I think it was like 20 kicks, and you know, it was more than that. But
I'm about to say that's the 20 kicks that you've narrowed it down to from your pickups this year.
Yes. So it was a tough. It was tough to come up with 5 because you know, you get different stuff for different reasons, and sometimes, you know, it is about that. You know, you get something on a good deal, or you've been waiting to see something, or something pops up. You know, like one of the shoes that I didn't show that I got from San Diego is a Muhammad Ali Air Force Ones. Was part, you know, of a previous Black History Month pack. I had seen that in an article, and I never thought I would come across it. And I mean, it was sitting right there in the store in my size. It was like, so what am I going to do? Walk away? No.
Is there a chance that sometime during this show that you can get that shoe? I don't think you've done a video, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I'll after we go through this, I'll grab it. I gotta figure out where I put it, but
I definitely want to check that out, man.
Yeah, I can do. I mean, it's not real ostentatious as you might think it might be because of Ali's personality. It's kind of subdued, but it's in a colorway that I kind of like those colors. I've always said I kind of tend towards earth tones, and it has earth tone colors in it. So, and I like I fucks with Air Force One. So
that's what's up.
So we on what, number 2?
Number 2, we flying through this list. It's not even we're not even an hour into the show. We just at an hour into the show. We almost done with our list.
So
it's a light meal today. Light meal.
A little slower. No.
That'd be all right.
So I'm trying to go through the chat and see who's posting up what in terms of their numbers. So I'm going back to Sneaker Struggles. His number 2 was the Jordan 6 Infrared, and Cracks 10, 15, 16 Shoe Line Express. Man, that's a mouthful. Number 5 was a Jordan 1 ASG.
All-Star Game.
Okay, thank you. The number 4 was the Jordan 13 Chutney. I'm not surprised that that's in somebody's top 5. Number 3 was a Jordan 13 Chicago's. That was one shoe that when I went to the All-Star game, it dropped that weekend too. And if I had bought it, it would have been on the Hype Beast move, not because I really wanted to get it, but it was like because I could get it and I was there, but I ultimately didn't get it. But I may scoop it some other time. And let's see. And his number 2 is a Air Force One Cork ID.
Nice.
Dope. Let me see. Was there anybody else earlier that did their
Sneakerhead just changed his too, based on the rules that we explained.
Okay. So the homie Cadillac did post his. So he has the
He gotta redo it. Don't even count it. He gotta redo it.
Did it over?
Yeah, because he didn't know it was the release what we picked up in this first 6 months. He thought it was this year's releases.
Come on, homie, you sleeping? With Queens.
We told him. Right.
Queens, what you doing over there? You sleep?
Yeah, because you know how I knew it when his number 1 wasn't the shoe that we know that he had to hunt to get.
Right.
I was like, nah, that's not your number 1.
All right, so let me check out the homie Gemini 605. He doesn't have numbers, so I'm not quite sure. But we got the Black History Month Kyrie 3. The Wolf Gray Kyrie. Then we got the Bron 14 Time to Shine. The Bron 14 Zero Dark 30. And I'll hold for number 1 because we haven't got to number 1.
Caddy did submit his new list on here now.
Go for it. What you got
in the chat? Number 5 is the Royal 1. Number 4 is the Question Blue Toes. Number 3 is the Soul Fly 23s. Number 2 is the Kyrie What the Kyries. And I knew his number 1. We can say that later. I knew that's what it was though before he even posted up. Sneakerhead's got his up, but it's not in order. He's got Toro Bravos, Wolf Gray 5s, the Royal 1s, the BHM 1s, and then we'll get that last one later. I just saw you do that when you did your pickup. You had on your Toros, man. I messed up my Toros. So like I'm not big on tying and untying shoes. So I went in, I think it's on my left shoe, and I'm sliding my foot in that joint. And the tab, the inside of the tab got rolled. And I don't know how to roll it back up. So the tab is fine, but the inside cardboard or whatever is still down. Okay. So it digs into my heel. And I'm like, damn it. I don't want to have to cut it open and play doctor, but that's the only way I'm going to get the tab right, man. Damn. But anyway, number 2. We got number 2 on deck. What you got there, OG?
All right. Number 2. Oh, it's going to be a repeat. It's the chutney things. It's just a dope shoe. This is not really like gum, but it's a gummish bottom. Y'all know how I feel about that. It's in my color palette in terms of that, earth tone, rustish, yellow, mustardy. I don't know what you want to call that, brownish. I'm not disappointed on the quality, because everything else for the lows like this have kind of been in that way, so I kind of expected it. But I had to have this shoe. When I saw it was dropping, I think they had like early pictures, almost like a year early, where somebody had some, pictures that they took in some meeting somewhere, and they were saying, this shoe might drop. And so it didn't matter to me. I was going to get it, and I did. And it was my number 2.
That's what's up. My number 2 has been mentioned in the chat and also mentioned by the homie Caddy, which is an integral part of my number 2. These are the Royal Ones. So the story with these, OG is integral in this as well, as is V's Kicks. It was a network. Like this will always be a special shoe. So the day that it dropped, Nike goes live. I put in my information and it aired out. You know how Nike does on release day. It aired out and I was like, fuck it, I ain't got nothing. Well, OG hit me on the Marco, was like, yo, I got somebody who can shoot a shot. If you need it, let me know. I'm like, yes, I need them motherfuckers. So he shoots a shot. Caddy, the shot was for Caddy. So OG has talked to V. V is going to shoot a shot for him. Caddy hollers at OG. OG's like, well, shoot the shot for Beard. So now Caddy hits me up and he's like, yo, I hit. I got you. Cool. I slide him the money. Whereas I'm sitting here, I get the Nike notification that I got hit again. So I'm like, yo, I got 2 pair. So now we sitting here and I'm like, yo, I got 2 pair. OG's like, he got 2 pair. Caddy is supposed to have 2 pair, but he couldn't make it to go pick up his other pair. So now Caddy got 1 pair. OG's like, well, shit, I got the other one. I'm going to slide it to him. So now Caddy got 2 pair. We all got 2 pair for the lick, man. It was just dope. It was just dope to see that go down. And that was only I think I'd only been to show 3 times at that point, 2 or 3 times. So to have somebody looking out for you like that is crazy. And that's one of the biggest things I like about the show is that people look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm on the gram, people will shoot me a DM real quick and be like, yo, I heard they got this and such in my area. If you're interested, come through. And I'm like, yo, that's love. Again, with my Royals, I got the fat laces. Here's the funny part. If y'all could see that, y'all know the story on these Royals, you can check out how nice they are and shit like that. The ones that Caddy sent me, I told y'all before, like my grandma's hands. My grandma is 100% Cherokee. They wrinkled in a mud. It's so pretty. So those will stay on ice. And he left me a note on the box. Thanks, Caddy. You know what I'm saying?
Dabs.
All that good shit. Dabs. I know Dabs, you got the sniper on deck. So I appreciate, the look and being able to do that, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, that was a crazy. Can you check the chat?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, thank you.
And the people saw that too in the chat. They were like, yo, that's dope the way, the family came together. It's a good story on the Royal Ones. I was in the chat that day, you guys helping us out. That was a Gemini 605. That it was just dope to see that go down, man. Like to have somebody that you hadn't talked to outside of this chat hit you up with a text and be like, yo, I got you, fam. Especially when you send the money. You send the $200-something, somebody you ain't had a conversation with. It's like, all right, how's this going to go? Because you never know. So it was just dope to see that go down, man. I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, to me that's one of the things. To me, it's like that's a shining moment, in the community for me, because it's like, we were all like, first of all, to me it all from my perspective, it all started with the link for V's, and she was just like, yo, if you want me to shoot this for you, just let me know. And it wasn't. She reached out to me, just on the strength, for some love. And I thought that was, that blew me away. And then, it was just kind of the round robin, but it was supposed to happen that way because I don't know if everybody followed. I'm an 11.5. Both Beard and Caddy are 13, so they can just move interchangeably. But I had went ahead and tried to hit on a 13, thinking I could get a backup for somebody. So as it turned out, I hit once locally, and I had the pair coming from Sis in the ATL, so I was good. I just wanted one to rock and one to stock. So I had the 13 on deck. Why not slide it to my man so that he would have what he needed, and everybody got what they wanted, out of the situation, and it was no, it was no craziness. It was just to me, that's that's like I said, it's like a shining moment to me. That's the type of stuff that you need to see, that I like to see, and that's when you can really call the situation community.
That's what's up. Hey, I like to shout out the troll that we got in there, man. I appreciate you coming by and spending your time to tell a bunch of grown men that they ugly. Whose life is sorrier than yours?
Absolutely.
You ain't here wasting your time to tell some grown ass men they ugly. Thank you for rocking with us, man. I appreciate you.
What am I supposed to be to you but ugly? Because if I'm anything else, then you are some whole other shit. Real talk.
Somebody put something in his hands because my zipper's stuck. Go ahead, Dabs. What you got going on, bro? What you got for number 2?
I would say don't pay that shit no mind. That's what he wanted you to do.
Hey, I
that's
get
real talk,
man.
That's real talk. That's what he wants you to do. So he won. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Number 2.
Go ahead. What you got for number 2?
Paul George. You know what I'm saying? Another chat was letting me have it. I only have one in my top, and this one was it right here. Nice to get a little bit of W on something that was a little bit limited because if you play by the rules, you lose in this shoe game. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to getting a Yeezy or getting something that's super duper limited, you always lose. You know what I'm saying? So this was a nice little W from that perspective. Love these joints. I have not worn them yet. Probably will not wear them for a while because this material on the bottom, it gets yellow really fast. It gets yellow really fast.
Even the bluish tint?
Yeah, with the bluish tint. But this same tint was on the All-Star 6s and also I think on the All-Star 1s where it has that same kind of chameleon tint going on with it. So other than that, though, man, these is just complete fire. The suede on here it's nice for them to see Nike use premium materials on a daggone Nike basketball shooter, getting back to getting away from the meshes, because even with the Kobe's, the new Kobe's had a little bit of suede on it. The new LeBrons, even though it had a little bit of suede on it right there, they're starting to get back to putting some nice materials on these basketball shoes. That's something that I've been asking for the longest.
So now I know the chat has been asking the whole night. The PG ones went up on Nike ID today. I don't know that they're still up. Did you get a chance to get in there and customize a pair or no?
No, not yet. Not yet. Have not a chance. Too busy for that. Too busy for that. I wish.
Jim and I said I knew Dabs was going to bring out the PG ones, of course. Of course.
You already know.
Had to have at least one pair in there, which if that pair made it, then the Element's got to be, let's guess the number ones. I'm guessing Dabs number 1 is the Element. OG, what you guessing for Dabs number 1?
Yeah, the nappy joint. Yeah,
the Element. For OG's number 1, OG copped a lot of damn shoes. You already, maybe it's the winged one. It might be the wings one. I think OG might have the wings one. What you think, Dabs?
Number 1 for OG. There's no telling, man. I mean, I have no clue. There's no telling. There's no telling. It would probably have to be something significant. I'll probably go with the DB7s. That's my guess.
DB7s were not in.
Did you cop those this year?
No, I got those when they dropped. I hit on the app, so that would have been in October of last year.
Oh, I didn't know they came out that far ago. So I'm not sure then. I'm not
sure. The Dornbeckers are usually in the right around that, right before Thanksgiving, kind of towards the end of the year, October, November. So yeah, but that would have been that would have been in the list if I had gotten it after January for sure, because just on the strength of it's a Dornbecker, and that's the only one that I have in my collection.
What do y'all think I picked? What do you think I picked as my number 1, OG?
Ooh, I think it's that your most recent Negro, the Memphis Red Sox joint. That shoe is bananas.
What about you, Dabs?
I don't know.
Dabs don't know the family. Dabs don't know us.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll get to our number ones in a minute. We want to take time out before we get to the number one, the big build-up moment, right? Is to talk about the most disappointing cop. A lot of times we get into this habit, you auto-copping. You go into the store, you robo-copping. You see a deal, you're like, yo, I need it. Or you order some shit online. It's part of a sale. You be like, I need it. I go ahead and cop it. So I want to take a moment out real quick. In the chat, you can participate in this too. What did you pick up this year as your most disappointing cop this year so far, if you still have it? You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope. I guess that's not a requirement. If you don't have it, oh well, you got rid of it. But if you still have it, that would be dope. My number one most disappointing cop is these Saucony's. I don't even know what the hell name these are. These are great. It's the XT600. The reason that this is disappointing cop, this is good quality. This color is so damn bright. Like this whole pack that they did, it was this one, it was a purple one, a yellow one, and a red one. And all of the colors were weird. The red one is okay. The yellow one's okay. But Dabs, you got the purple one. I got this blue, and it's so fucking bright. I can't do shit with it. I've tried to put it on 2 times, and I was like, I can't do nothing. And the deal is, I can't return it because I got it from City Blue on one of them stupid sales, the Easter pack. Thank you, Tay. I got this shit. It was like $30, so I can't even return them. I was just like, shit, I'm stuck with it.
Yeah, I got the purple ones were the same way where I had bought the I can't remember the pack of the Saucony, the poker chip joints. And that purple had that deep, dark, good purple on there, but then the other purple one that's just like that one from that same pack, and that retail for $130 supposedly. I don't know how, because if I would pay $130 for those, I would have been pissed. But that it came at the purple was just ashy. It was a terrible, terrible shade of purple. And I bet that blue was the same way. It's not that it's blue, but it's the shade of blue that it is. It's a really weird shade that they use on those shoes.
I could try and get my my UNC so you can see, because the UNC's the 2007 release or whatever the hell it is, 2012 release. It's a different color, but this is even a different color than that. This is a Post-it note. Like, it's such a weird fucking color, bro. I don't know. What you got, Dabs? What was your most disappointing shoe?
For me, most disappointing, and I hate to say it because I actually love this shoe and I love the silhouette, but the quality, the way they constructed the shoe, it was pure bull. And it really dawned on me yesterday. I had was talking with the guys, and I was like, "Yo, what's going on with these sneakers? It's these."
Oh, the stills.
Aesthetically, they dope on foot. Love the shoe, how they look. But first off, I could have gone for $110. I paid retail. Yeah, I paid retail $190 for these bad boys, thinking just because there was a quick strike, I was thinking like, oh, there may not be a lot of pairs. It wasn't out a lot of stores. You can get these anywhere. That's number one. Number two, I've probably wore these around 5-6 times.
Hey, look, hey man,
and you see they starting to crunch up on me. You see that? Look at the side. Look at the leather on the side panel.
That looks really bad. Are they too big?
No, they're 11.5. They're my size. Look at the creasing right there going down on the bottom right there. You can see how that sponge is just kind of coming in. They've worn terribly. It ain't like I've never played basketball in them, never beat them up or nothing. This is just walking. All this is just walking. And to boot, last but not least, they squeak when I walk. I went into City Gear. I was looking for shoes. Like, this was literally yesterday. I went to City Gear, and the dude knows, hey, yo, them stills, they dope, but mine squeak. I was like, hey, that's weird. Mine don't squeak. We literally having this conversation. I'm like, mine don't squeak. What you talking about? Mine don't squeak. I'm sorry you got that problem, right? So I get to the next destination. I go to the mall, get out the whip, squeak, 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 squeak. I'm like, what? Both. It wasn't one shoe. It was both shoes. It was both shoes. I had an adult mouse in my shoe. I don't know what was going on. I think it's squeaking right around here where the zoom is supposed to be. Right around here. That's where it's squeaking at. So whatever bullcrap they put in there where the zoom is supposed to be.
God Postal said the window wiper 15.
Exactly.
That's what they put in the forefront is fail.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. It's a deck of fail. But I don't. I mean, aesthetically dope shoe, but all that stuff that I mentioned just made me. These going for sale. These going for sale. I have to put a little something there, make them look good and all that stuff. But I ain't gonna beat them up for the price. These are out of here, man. These are out of here. Wow. I can't walk around squeaking. I don't know what to do about squeaking. I know what to do about it with 11s.
Warrior Blood said put some baby powder under the insole. Helps with the squeaking.
Does that work for these too? I know it works for the 11 lows.
I don't know. It's worth a try, right? If you still want them.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
I think he's falling out of love with them.
Yeah, I like them, but I don't like the squeaks, and I don't like how beat up they look, man. These things are really beat looking.
They wore really bad.
Yeah,
I've only worn mine once, and now I'm like, damn.
I don't even rock them like that, man. That's crazy.
OG, what about you? What's your most disappointing cop this year?
The Motorsport 4s. I didn't even put them out. They're over there in the box.
You know what's sad? 3 of us have said, like you said that. I think Tay said that in the chat too. He returned his the same day, and I'm like, yo, I got mine for 120 shipped, and I'm thinking about returning them too. It's not a bad shoe. It's just no Mars on the side, right?
I generally don't. You know, I'm a little bit more forgiving than my brother Dabs about the quality issue, but those 4s are just straight trash in the quality. I mean, I just feel like certain shoes should get a better treatment. You know, all 4s don't have to be, you know, plush leather or whatever. But, you know, we say this all. Well, I know I've heard you say it a number of times, Beard, and I totally agree with you. If you get that buttery ass leather on Dunk from Above 4s, and then you come with some bullshit on the Motorsports, and then the fact that they didn't have the spike face on them, you know, or the Mars face.
I'm sorry. I gotta say something about the spike face. Fuck Spike Lee.
You can say that.
I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. I'm just saying, only reason I say that is because everybody keeps saying, well, Spike Lee's face, man. The leather on the shoe is the same as the cement.
It's not about Spike. It's about, this is supposed to be a retro of the shoe. Do it authentically. You're gonna do your due diligence to do the authentic color and everything like that.
No shoe was done authentically like that. There's no retro that's coming out like that. I mean, and they did go far left without putting his face on there. I get it, but I'm like, oh
okay,
God, man.
Again, this is my reason. I don't run you up the pole when you get on your quality-ish bullshit.
I said my reasoning. I'm okay with your reasoning. I'm giving you my take. I'm happy. I'm happy with my Motorsport 4s. And the only reason I say it is because this is part of me not paying that retail. I got them for 120. I'm very satisfied with the price.
Well, maybe if I got them for $90, I'd have been cool with that. But I paid the full Monty on them, and they were my most disappointing.
The leather on the bad boys is not as bad as what people are saying, though. It's similar to the white cements. If you know, to me, it's the same leather.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, Gabriel. Gabriel Kick said it best. You just missed the logo. Like, I looked at getting a pair. I've got a pair of the Spike 4s, the fire red ones, and they're a little beat up. So I was looking to get another pair, and I found another pair in great quality, but it didn't have a spike face. And I was like, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Now, I don't like the spike on those ones. I think the spike on those ones that they just released looks terrible. But I think on those 4s, it just kind of goes with the shoe. So I feel you on that. I feel you on that shit.
The chat going off on that fuck Spike Lee thing. By the way.
I mean, we just lost our sponsorship. we might have picked up a couple fans.
I know Cadillac Jassy, but yeah, fuck Spike Lee. Fuck that nigga.
Now we just show the hate Spike Lee. Damn you, Dabs.
Man. Yeah, I'm not going off on OG or nothing like that. It's just that that's my opinion on the shoe.
You know what? You know, this is like a family of 3 brothers. And you got 2 of the brothers that just don't matter. I seen it in the movies. I know it in real life. They love each other to death, but they just always on some bullshit with each other. We just like oil and water. When I agree with him, when he's right, I hate it. Because we should never think the same. So just know, family, that it's all love. It ain't nothing, you know.
I'll tell you what, if I would have paid $190 for those, I'll be pissed too. I'll be very unsatisfied if I would have paid $190. But at $120 for me, You know what I'm saying? Fuck Spike Lee face at 120. At 190, I want 2 Spike Lee faces.
Nah, I'm still thinking about taking my back on the real, but you know, that's
it said for 190, I need the actual Spike face. I need
I want some of his. Give me some Spike fingernails for traction on the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I need some of the sweat from the hat, from the little hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me roll back in the chat before we get to our number one.
Let me get a movie credit. You know what I'm saying?
And pull out some of these number ones for the chat. So shout out to the homie keeping it D real. He flexing mad heat in the gym. That brother always. I mean, he's in there getting his swole on, but he don't have no to the gym beaters. He got straight heat going to the gym. But respect, if you don't follow him on Instagram, definitely check him out, man. He definitely doing his thing. But he said his number one was the Chinese New Year 12s. I can
a couple people
that.
said that this year.
Yeah, I can respect that for sure. Kind of scroll down. The homie from Chicago, Illa Ill, said his number one is the Royal Foams. Okay.
That's what's up. We knew what Cadillac Jackson's was, the Christ the King LeBron's.
Of course. That better be at the top of anybody self-respecting LeBron James fan. Christ the King is like the circular grail or whatever. To jump on the disappointed, Jersey Deep says that the Cherry 13s was a most disappointed. And Gone Postal 28, I'm guessing this is your disappointed because he said the copper foams, he returned them, which I know King of Foams just fell out of his chair.
Ooh, wow.
He said to me, he
said, hush your mouth.
Yeah, he said to me, he slapped when he saw it. I'm gonna put a case on all you. He put a case on you, man.
So the homie Tay Baltimore, I guess is disappointed. He's saying is the Easter pack. Warrior Blood 510, the Power Phase Calabasas.
That's number one.
No, I think that was a disappointment. I don't think.
Okay.
I'm switching back and forth.
Ooh, thank you.
That was a predictable disappointment, though. I mean, I don't know how anybody. I guess people were just hoping that was just going to do like the other Yeezys. And
yeah, people dogging the shit out of them now, but when they were going for 1,000, everybody loved them.
What shoe is that?
Calabasas was ever going
for Calabasas. When they first came out, the resale was 1,000 on the bad boys. Now it's like 175, 200. Now they ugly. But when everybody bought the motherfuckers when they first came out, it's bullshit, man. It's the bullshit about this sneaker game. It pisses me off, man. I swear.
Okay. The homie Illa Ill says his most disappointing cop was the Fly 89s. I actually did try a pair of those when I went in LA, and I didn't cop, but yeah.
He said they was disappointing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would agree.
Why? I want to know why. Was it the materials, Illa?
Yeah, Illa, let us know why it was disappointing for you. For me, it was well, first of all, it ain't fit well, so yeah, I'm not gonna buy a shoe that don't fit well. And I thought it was gonna be nicer on foot than it was, and it was disappointing on foot to me. Let me see what else we got. I'm looking for number ones.
He said they was cheap. The Fly 89s was cheap.
It gets real difficult, at least for me, when I go to the store and the price point is going to be the same, $190, $220, and the quality is so different, man. Like you almost have to see the shit in hand nowadays, because you have no idea what you get. No idea. I don't want to throw y'all under the bus, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it funky because that's what I do. My homie and my brothers, Cadillac and OG, got the, what is it, the flight pack? What is it? Is it gift of flight pack? The one that just released?
The DMP pack. The
DMP pack.
Yeah.
And both of them, for $500, had glue everywhere. And I was like, I don't understand. If I had copped those, I understand that the leather on the 14th is buttery. I get it. But I shouldn't see glue like that all around there. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets hard when you spending that kind of money and the quality. There's that kind of margin for shit like that, man.
For me, for them to justify spending $250, and like I said, I'm not talking no shit because I still want them. I'm still dabbling and trying to get them. I'm just going to get them at my price. But the quality, that quality should be on every fucking shoe for 190. You know what I'm saying? So they're giving us that quality at 250. That should be the 190 quality. You know what I'm saying? That should be every shoe. But you know, I don't think that there's, you know, that is there not enough good leather to put on every shoe?
So if you look at, I looked at FBCC on Instagram. I feel like I talk about him all the time. He's one of the guys I look up to in the game. Like I just think he's a dope dude. He was showing where he's getting his own shoe. He's making his own shoe. It's supposed to drop in October, and for I think the leather that he was using, it was like $174 for I think it was a 2 or 3 yards of the leather that he had there. And I'm like, shit, I can understand that being expensive, but that's for him. That's not Nike. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nike damn near had, they damn near have their own animals that they farm. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't, Nike, y'all pay me for that idea. Like,
the more you buy, the cheaper you get it for.
Partner up with McDonald's or some shit like that. Y'all keep the skins. McDonald's keep the meat.
You never know. That might be how it go down. That might be how it go down. You get the meat, you get the skin. That's hilarious.
But I see him doing
the 12s.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, get the Nike McDonald's pack. But I'm saying if it's that expensive for him, I know for y'all it has to be a fraction because you're buying more than that. So yeah, I agree with you. Like shit, we need to have better quality.
Timberstan brings up a great point. There's something that I did see yesterday. It says Nike can do it. Pinnacle Air Maxes have premium quality for 140, and they hit the outlets, and that's 100% true. Yesterday, they not only had premium Air Max 1s, they had premium Air Max 95s, they had premium Air Force 1s, like Pinnacles, and I'm like, goodness, this store actually always gets stuff like that. I'm like, man, that's crazy. You know, and it's just sitting there. Some people don't want to, I mean, some people don't care. You know, all the 4s that came out this year, for the most part, have been nice. The Pure Monies, the alternate joints that came out, the black ones with the blue in it, those have been pretty nice. And they're still sitting. So it's not really about quality. It's just that's what I want to see with my sneakers.
Right.
Everybody don't really care about that, though. You know, especially if it's an OG colorway. We've seen with those True Blues, even though those did sit, I bet you they sold a ton of them.
And we don't necessarily know the profit margin. I mean, like this is obvious, but I'm gonna say it anyway. We don't know the profit margin on that shit. So just because they did it for those Air Max, that might be the shoe that they take a loss on. Like they were talking about Tesla. I've been watching a lot of Tesla shit, and they were talking about how they take a loss on those cars every year. Like every year they make one, but they're taking an L with the production when they sell one. It's like, so maybe this is just the shoe that they took an L on and did it for 120 or 140. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's definitely frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. It's time for us to get our number ones.
Yeah.
So for the picks this year, man, this is our number one pickup. OG, I am dying to see what your number one is, brother.
I think you most people are going to be surprised. It's probably only a couple people even know anything about this shoe in terms of me getting it. Not that they know anything about it. So it was a shoe that was not released this year, but it's a shoe I've been chasing.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to the plug, Cadillac Jackson. Action Jackson, the plug.
Ran up on the plug twice.
Yes. He stayed hitting me up. Like just in the chat tonight, he hit me with an email a text about a shoe that I'm looking for. So he stayed plugging me in. I just need to give him my bank account number and he can just go ahead and get the kicks for me. But it is those Bred 4s.
Clean.
They were dead stock. My feet was the first ones, been in from the 2008 pack with the 18s. And like I said, I stayed chasing this shoe. Been looking for it. I did have one disappointing thing with it, and when I turn it around, you'll be able to see it. I've only worn this shoe one time. And I took it off, and I looked on the insole on both of them, on the medial side, on both shoes, and it was cracking. But I talked to the homie Jumpman, and he was telling me when he bought these in 2008 and wore them one time, the same thing happened. So it doesn't have anything to do with age. There was some paint that was poured that they were using. So I'm actually getting ready to ship these out this week to a new spot that I have run up on that does some customs and restorations just to get them repainted, because I can't do that.
So if you get the custom done, will you be able to wear them after the custom is done? Is that how it works?
Yeah, all they're gonna do is strip the midsole paint and the black and white and repaint it. That's all they're gonna do. Yeah, it'll be wearable. So they're not doing anything to change it. I'm not changing anything about it. It's just
the paint,
because this is bad paint. I just want them to strip it and redo it.
Gotcha.
That's it. I mean, normally, you know, if it was an older shoe or something like that, they, you know, freshen it up and kind of bring it back to life. I don't need that. I mean, literally, I have only worn these one time. And probably harder to see, but if you, it's cracking in the white as well.
Yeah, that is crazy. I can see it too. That's crazy.
That would piss me off.
So, you know, that was a one, and it's weird because it's only on the insole. It didn't happen. I mean, it's only on the medial side, on the outside of the midsole. It didn't do that. So, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm certain that because I have flat feet, so I know I have more pressure on the inside of my foot than I do on the outside. But still, that I took it off. I was like, what? Wait a minute. But like I said, I felt a little bit better about it when I talked to Jumpman and we were just chopping it up. I was just checking on him, and I mentioned that, and he was like, man, don't sweat it. He said, you know, I wore them, you know, when they came out, and mine did the same thing. Yeah, that's my number one. It's something I've been chasing for a minute. Again, shout out to Cadillac. He came up and found this for me and actually had to do the transaction because of where he got them from. And I would say, but I don't remember. It's one of these stores that has a subscription base where you get like a second bite at the shoes. And so you have to be subscribed to be able to get it. Caddy, if you want to drop that information in the chat, I'll share it with everybody. I just can't think of the name of it right now. But I
think it's Soul Supremacy.
That's my number one. It is Soul Supremacy, but it's like it's their subscription based.
Soul Steals.
Soul Steals. That's it. You got it. So that's my number one, the Red Force.
Once you said that, I was like, oh, of course. Like I remember you getting that shoe, but you kept so many, I couldn't keep up, man.
Ah, there you go.
I couldn't keep up. You were right about my number one. It is the Untold Truth, Memphis.
Oh, I hate you right now,
man. This is really top in my collection. Like I don't know that I'm gonna wear this shoe. I keep saying it because I really believe that I'm not gonna put this on foot. The quality's dope, the story is dope, and the way that it is got me started to do a new collection and actually focus on the collection is just dope. I'm kind of excited about that. All the little hits, all the details on the tongue, the Untold Truth on the tongue. The leather quality is insane. I don't have any shattered backboards, but this shit has got. Come on, bro. You can pinch the goddamn. Hey, man, look, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. So it's easily and quickly my favorite shoe in the collection. And I know I just got it, and it's not one of those things because it's proximity. It's a dope ass shoe, and the fact that I got it because it was an accident. You know what I mean? I just bought it because I thought it was a cool ass dunk, and I got it for less than $100. And I got all this history with the shoe, and it made me start researching and looking stuff up. That was dope. Hey, LLs, let me live, man. LL said, "Where's Jedi Channel though?"
No, I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't saying no more about nobody's channel.
The first video. It does need to be the first video. I mean, we still waiting for the Nagash video though, too. So.
I got the Nagash video, man. Every time y'all say that, I got to go to the phone and pull out the video.
Oh, yeah, he's just making personal videos. That's all.
Yeah, something that you have on your phone that you can hold up to the chat camera. Come on, bro.
I don't think
what I can say.
OG, I think he just doesn't want to upload the wrong video on his phone. You know what I'm saying? He might have some other videos on his phone. You know what I'm saying?
What I can say is I'm looking at our sub list. We got 117 subs. I mean, I would definitely upload it if we got to like 200. Like once we hit 200, we hit 200 subs on the Soul Food Sneaker Talk channel. I'll go ahead and upload it.
Okay, family, the gauntlet is thrown down, so you need to call Ma, Pa, and Auntie Ju, and tell them they need to come on and sub so we can see this video. I need to do that. I might have to go and make a couple fake channels. I
was about to say the same thing.
I'm just saying,
don't upload the wrong video, brother. Don't upload the wrong video. Man.
Yes, you need the Nagash video, not the Natasha video.
Joke of the day, OG. Wait now, Tom Bang. Look, man, hey, 117 subs. I'm just saying, I know that we've got more people that are active and rock with us on Instagram. We could get that subs up to 200. That should be pretty easy. We get 200.
Shout out to Sneaker Files too, man. I saw they was in the building. What's good? That's our sneaker family from across to the north of us. So what's good to Sneaker Files? Appreciate y'all checking in on us.
Absolutely. Dabs, what you got for your number one, brother?
Can you guys guess? Y'all won't know it. It's actually gonna throw y'all off.
It's a Saucony or a Diadora. I'm probably gonna say a Diadora.
You're wrong.
Oh my God!
Not the nappy afro.
Y'all ready? It's number one.
Wow.
Cop number one cop for the year, and it's more or less just for sentimental reasons. I got plenty of classics. I probably got up to 10 pairs now, maybe 11 pairs of classics. And, but I could not find this pair for nothing. I could not find this pair. I got an all-white pair, but I couldn't find it with that gray in there, with the gray on the outsole. So this was number one just due to my youth, due to just loving sneakers, you know what I'm saying? Just loving the sneaker game, loving shoes, loving sneakers. Number one, period. You know what I'm saying? This was dope, the dopest cop for me this year.
I'm really amazed that the PG.
I would have never guessed that, but when you held it up, it made me think of your video and some of the other conversations that we had. So I understand. I ain't mad.
That might be his best cop all year, probably. I mean, unless some heat or something you've been looking for. I'm surprised the PG didn't make your top 5. The Element, like that's your favorite PG.
I think that he was just, he didn't want us to go there, so he's just trying to hold off the landslide. Take Baltimore says, "Oh, I didn't see that coming." Homie, I the same way. I didn't see it coming either.
Yeah, I mean the Element's cool. It's cool. I like I'm starting to like the other ones a little bit more better. I've been more closer. I'm looking at stuff that I'm going to wear, or I have intentions of wearing. I'm not trying to I got other stuff in the closet and I don't have no intention of wearing it. You know what I mean? Not in the foreseeable future. These though, I rock my classics. I just haven't rocked this one yet, but I do rock my classics. So I was more or less looking to put stuff like that on that, I had a question, and then let's get to the dessert. But this is a question: can you love a sneaker and not wear it?
Yes,
absolutely. There's like I've done this before. I mean, this is 28th episode of this show, and I've talked about this shoe probably everyone that I've been on. So like 16 episodes. There's a shoe that I love, and I probably won't wear it. I just talked about one. My number one, I love, and I probably won't wear it. But those right there, you can probably get those for what, $50?
Less than that. Less than that.
How much were they?
I don't even want to say it now because nah, I think I got them for like $20 on eBay.
Oh, see, but $20. I get like 6 pairs.
But the only reason that happens is because this is falling out of favor with people. What's
that's
falling in? Yeah. So that's the reason why you can cop something like this for low, because it's falling out of favor. It just hasn't fallen out of favor with me. But can you? I think you can.
Absolutely.
But some sneakers, it's undeniable when you get that shoe that you got to put that on your feet. So I don't know. Some of those shoes you get them like, oh shit, I got to put this on. The Chutney's the same way. It's like, damn, Chutney's, boom. You know what I mean? They gonna be on the feet really fast. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just a little question that I had. You guys say yes. I still say yes too, but maybe it's more than a love. Maybe it's a I don't know.
The chat's agreeing with us. The chat's agreeing with us. You can absolutely love a sneaker and not wear it. what Sneaker Struggle said. Warrior Blood said my Pinnacle 6s are sitting in the case. That's where they're gonna stay. So Sneakerhead Clothing Lines, I'm a collector, so I have a few pairs that I've never worn and probably won't. Yeah, I mean it's one of those that sometimes you get a shoe and that's why you don't wear it, because you love it so much. Absolutely.
That's what's up.
So what we got?
I haven't fallen into that. I haven't gotten that shoe yet. I always want to try to put my foot in something one time.
Yeah.
And I think hopefully that I would be able to find like some type of special occasion, to rock it. But I mean, I can I can definitely respect like, not wearing it. But like I was saying, in terms of like those the Air Max that I was talking about, earlier, even getting something that's not in your size. And I never really got that until this was like my first time experiencing something. Is like, yeah, I would get that just to be able to have that shoe. But I like these so much, I know I want to rock them. So I'm not looking at stuff that I know I can't wear, because I'll just be mad. I have it in here and I'll be happy to have it, but I'll be mad because I can't wear it.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a dope shoe. Beard, real quick, you had asked me to grab the Ali's. So here are the Muhammad Ali Air Force Ones. The leather on here is crazy.
Is that suede on the toe?
And it's suede on the toe. Like a brown kind of tan chocolate-ish. And I can't put I'm not gonna pull the insole out, but it has like his face on the insole, and then also on the side it's actually his face, but it kind of cuts, so you don't see the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I saw first.
This makes me think of my dad, and I used to watch the fights with my dad. And just for me, set aside all of what Ali means to our community, really to the world, in terms of some of the things that he stood for. He wasn't perfect, so I'm not trying to say that, but when I saw that they had the shoe, and actually there's one other Ali shoe, Under Armour did an Ali shoe that I saw. Shout out to African Caesar. He has the Under Armour. It's like a white and black. It kind of looks like a ring shoe, like a boxing shoe. It kind of has that kind of feel to it. But I've been looking for that since I saw he. I think he was doing a live post on Instagram one time and showed the shoe. It's just really dope. But and I know Under Armour had gotten into agreement after his passing, with the family, and we're licensing like some t-shirts and different things with his likeness, and I'm pretty sure that's why they did that shoe. But again, I got these for $60, and maybe they've been worn twice. They were really good condition, and I will wear them. I'm definitely have to research and like find when his birthday is or something, and try to rock them then. But this shoe makes me think of those type of things. And I mean, you color me sentimental if you want to, but stuff like that, and like the Arthur Ashe joints and other things like that. And I was telling the guy in the store real quickly, I know I'm going longer than maybe I should on this. He was saying that when they bought these from the guy, the guy was like, "You'll probably never sell them, so anything you give for me, I'll take them." And the guy was like, there's a buyer for every shoe. It just has to be the right person, has to come through the door. And, not necessarily a lot of cats would have had any interest, whether they love Air Force Ones or not. They may not have had any interest in that, but because to me, what it means, because of my age, watching, I really only watch boxing because of Ali. He pulled me in for all the other things, and then I was there for the next change, and then all of the Hearns and Leonard's bouts, and the No Mas fight and all of that good stuff. But it started off with Cassius Clay, aka Muhammad Ali, aka the GOAT.
Yes, sir. Those are dope. So what we got on deck for dessert? What sweet things we got that we're looking forward to?
Well, this dessert that I got, really not super sweet or anything like that. just a little bit of a discussion. Excuse me, I'm trying to pull this thing up. You know me, I'm kind of terrible with the computer thing going. Can you guys see it?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Now we got
anything there. Okay. Just wanted to talk about a couple of shoes that we will not have the opportunity to get. And that is supposed to say Europe. So let me autocorrect on the fly. All right. So first off is the baseball glove pack, which is supposed to come out sooner than anticipated. I didn't know it was supposed to come out July 11th, but they're only coming out in Asia. Only in Asia. I thought the concept was something different. I'm not in love with the sneaker, but I can feel where somebody might really like the sneaker, especially due to the concept of getting the sneaker. It comes in a pack, so there's a little bit of mystery, like a baseball pack or whatever. You don't know what you're going to get inside. So you open it up, you get a black one or you get a brown one. The brown one was supposed to be more limited, but it only releases in Asia. And I want to talk about just a couple. This other sneaker is supposed to release this week. I think this comes out on Saturday. It's the Air Jordan 1 K54. And I already know that if this was releasing domestically, everybody would be on it. So how do you guys feel about these two releases and not being able to get them retail?
I like the concept behind the 9s. I don't really like the execution. And I don't really like the execution of the Kai 54 ones. I think they like I said this at the beginning of the year, like they're getting lazy. And that one is one of the lazier shoes for that rollout, So I'm fine with both of them being, exclusive to where they're at. Okay. I don't understand the Asian release for those 9s because he played here for the Barons. You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
What about you, OG?
So is it gonna just be released first in Asia, or is Asia only?
I'm sorry, I don't know that as of yet because they even said with the K54s that there might be a domestic release of those, but as of now, it's overseas.
Okay.
I wanted the K54s that came out for the EYBL Paul George 1s.
Right. Never
got the opportunity to get that. Also, they had a international only release of the Kyrie Irving joints, the EYBLs that I liked as well. Right. Didn't get the opportunity to get that. Now we got a couple more pairs that they're throwing in our faces. Why do we even need to see the shoe? We're not going to even get it. Why throw that in our face? Because that 9 may have been a cop. That 9 may have been a cop. It was available over here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I share your frustration in terms of showing me something that I don't even have a chance to get, at retail. I'm okay with the 9s. I get where they're going, and if the quality of the leather is as it appears to be, I think that would be, unique in 9s because we haven't seen any with that kind of really, high quality leather. I'm not in love with the shoelaces, but I understand why they did, what they did, kind of that whole theme, and they've used those laces like in other, like I think the suede 11s had, that similar type of lace, and I know a couple of the Obsidian 4s that got that, high the blue 4s, all blue with the high leather that dropped either late last year, I think it was. They had that same kind of lace up, but they had other lace, so you had two options. I probably would mess with one of them. I don't know whether or not it would be the black or the brown, but yeah, I kind of feel some kind of way. I can understand how some things are, only for exclusive to another region because they just trying to bless that region. But I would agree. I think it was Beard said, why, or whoever raised the question about why a 9 is going to be an exclusive release for Asia. I don't get that, especially because they on runners like hard over there. And I don't think, Jordans go, but I don't think Jordans go like they go over here.
It all depends on how many numbers they release. I don't know if that's going to be a huge release or not. So if they make them limited.
Small release and it's only over there. That's just crazy. All it is just it's playing into the resale game over here.
Yeah, that's what it's going to do. I like the brown one. I just like that part of opening the shoe because really, Imagine if they did that with, okay, say you had the choice of getting a Air Jordan 1 you really liked with the good leather, or let's say you have a chance again the shattered backboard versus the reverse shattered backboard, and you come with that pack. Does that excite you guys a little bit of thinking, oh, well, I can open this up and it might be this one, but it might not be this one? You know what I mean? Does that kind of excite you?
Depending on the price point, it could. You know what I'm saying? If I'm paying, once you start getting into the 200s and 300s, I don't want to play no fucking guessing game. I need to know what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? But if we're doing the regular, you know, $100, $120, $150, something like that, maybe. But yeah, it's definitely
it's gonna be $150 shoe. So that whole
so for me, I'd be pissed.
Concept is a no-go for me. I mean, it's a neat idea, you know, I'm kind of trying to play off that baseball card thing, but nah, bro. I'm spending this kind of money. I need to get what I'm looking for. Don't, you know, say, oh, congratulations. No, it's not.
I wonder how that's going to be for the resale too. Like, are people going to pay extra money for a pair that they can't see which one it is? Like, some people are going to buy the shoe and want to rock it. I want the brown pair. Right. Which pair do you have? I don't know. Well, I can't do it then. I don't want to take that chance.
Hey, just imagine the resale, though. I mean, you can't have resellers coming in there and say, no, just give me all the brown pairs. They don't know what the brown pairs are. Right. You know what I mean? So that would be something else, too, you know?
Oh, somebody's going to crack the code. They got to have something on there somewhere that tells you. So somebody's going to try to crack the code and say.
I know what the code is. It's called China. 98%, that's the code.
98% is going to be going wild on that one.
That's the code right there. There's lots of code for a lot of these jokers. Let's get to the
actual release is the bill.
Let's get to the bill. Oh Lord. Okay. Why do I do that to myself? All right. The releases this week. Well, just figure out that these were Europe only. The K54 for 160. We had a shot of getting these shoes for the 225 on the on StockX. Is this a cop for anybody?
No, I'm good.
Oh, for the one?
Yeah, for the one. 225 StockX. I'm just giving you a price. 225 dead stock StockX. Is this a cop?
I'm gonna try to hit up my man Pablo the Plug in Spain and see if he can handle me.
Okay.
Pause.
I missed out on the good pause right there. I'm gonna call my dude Pablo and see if he can handle me. Hey Pablo, hey Pablo, that's the name. The name is more Bosworth. You know what I'm saying? The name is
yes.
Pablo,
pause.
Next up, we have the Air Jordan 31 Low K54 coming out July 8th, 160. I'm moving to the next one. I don't understand why they did the low on this one. Me personally, whatever. Okay,
that's terrible.
For the ladies and the little kids, Air Jordan 6 Low, grade school. If this was a men's shoe, of course, at the price point of 175, would this be a cop for anybody?
No, not
at all.
Nah, I'm good.
6 Lows, we good on 6 Lows?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the Chromes were the exception.
Chromes were dope.
The Seahawks were kind of interesting, but I bought those and returned those too. I don't like 6 Lows too much.
Yeah, I wear my Chromes more than any 6 that I currently own, so I can agree to that. Air Jordan 5 Pinnacle, July 8th. Big round $400. Now, let me say something, and then I'll let you get your piece. I like these shoes. I like these shoes, but I don't like the price. If they go down to maybe 275, I don't think they will, but if they did, I think I would partake in them. I like that ribbed leather. The tongue doesn't look as high on these as well. Maybe that's just the photo. What do you guys think about them?
I think this is the best one of that expensive ass series that they run. But black shoes that are shiny like that look like they're made for food workers. They look like the McDonald's 5s or some shit like that.
Do you think that's just the photo? That's just the photo, or is that you think that's the shoe?
I think because the white ones or that off gray, whatever fucking color they are, those are shiny too. So I don't know if that's the product of how they finished that premium leather, but I do like this one the best out of the three. But that color, that I'm gonna sit. I don't think they go down to 275 though. Brad.
No, I don't think so either. I'm guessing. I think the other fives went down to between 300 and 350. That came out the white ones, but those are so ugly. I mean, I wouldn't pay 250 for those. I wouldn't even pay 200 for those, to be honest.
Caddy said the food service fives.
The food service. What about you, OG?
Nah, bro. First of all, yeah, I'll just remind everybody, I don't mess with fives like that. I got one five that I really like, and that's the Bel Airs, and I got them, and I'm good. And I got the black metallic fives on some hype beast shit because that's just something that I gotta have in my collection so I can say I have it. But no, not at 400, not at 300, not at 200.
I'm feeling them, man. For 275, I probably will go. It looks like the midsole is leather.
Yeah, I think the midsole on all of those is leather.
Yeah, that's actually a different touch, and the interior looks to be leather as well. I don't know. I think it's something different, but at 400, I agree. The 400 price point is just ridiculous. Nike Airmore up tempo, Scottie Pippen.
Christ.
I think I showed the shoe last week, but I think it had a wrong date. This is supposed to release tomorrow for 160. Got another Airmore up tempo. Is this the best colorway out of all the ones to release?
Nope.
Not to me.
Was it the OG colorway, the black and the white ones?
Nope.
It was the red joints.
The red joints?
Red shoes like that, but that red with the white piping and the black Air, that was the one for me.
I like the maroon one. I think that maroon one, the all maroon with the gum.
Yeah.
That was dope.
I agree. I forgot about that one. I still need that.
Yeah, I like the black ones. Me personally, I like the black ones the best. Vapor Maxes. There's a couple of colorways of Vapor Maxes coming out. This is the one that I felt was most interesting. It has that olive look to it. I think it's called like a moss or something like that. I don't know. But July 7th, 190. Anybody thinking about the Vapor Max, or this still just a no in everybody's book?
I'm too big for that.
I still got to try them on.
Yeah, I agree.
Before I do anything, I'm not even trying to think about a colorway. I gotta try them on to see what's good.
I've held them in the hand, and I got one thing I can't say. They look narrow. Look narrow. So I don't know how they. Sometimes I look at a shoe and I give it that top down look and see how they would look top down. And I just like, oh, that front looks kind of long where the laces end and then it goes to the toe. Looks a little long in hand, but definitely something to try on. But Timber Sand said crocodile sneaker.
Wow. With the poop emoji several times.
Jeez.
The chat's actually been on point with us tonight as far as these releases. They've agreed with most of what we said.
And then last but not least, the Adidas EQT Support 9317, July 8th. And they're at 180.
They got Boost? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's all Boost.
That's all Boost.
Nah, not for that price. Not for that price.
I'm still looking for that the Overkill joints that dropped when I was in London. And actually I found them in San Diego. But it was an 11, and I just, that toe was really narrow. I could have done it with the church socks, but I'm not the type of dude that likes to wear my shoes with no socks because my feet sweat too much. I just feel that was probably too much. Too much information. Anyway, hey, it's a shoe on that list that's supposed to be dropping that I didn't see. Are you done with your list? Was that it?
No, I just want to say that this is something I'm actually thinking about getting. I've actually wanted a couple of the other colorways that did come out, but these are actually kind of hard to get. The people with the bots they grab these up pretty fast. So
they do. The ones without the boost are easier to get, but I prefer the ones that have the boost.
Me too.
That's the Overkill joints that I was talking about. Those were the ones that had the boost.
Right.
But you didn't have those dunks in there.
The dunks?
Yeah.
Did they drop today or they drop tomorrow?
So I don't know. I thought they were supposed to drop today, but they just showed up on the sneakers app as a notify me. I know they dropped like in some local stores. Like I was shout out to the man to Real World Kicks over in the A. He had hit me up to let me, well, he had posted some pictures last night and said that they dropped at a couple skate stores in Atlanta yesterday. But I don't know when they're supposed to drop. I was looking for them to drop today because I thought I'd seen some of the posts. I know Sneaker Bar Detroit, a couple others that said it was, they were supposed to drop on July 5th, but it did eventually show up on the Sneakers app, but it's just a notify me. So I don't know if they're going to drop this weekend or if it's going to be like a Thursday drop or what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I just seen it was today, and that's why I didn't even count it because I figured that if it came out today, it's old news.
Yeah,
it's still coming. You still got a chance. So, yeah, if you don't want them, 11.5, holla at me. You get it. I got you. Sorry, Dunks is a 12 because them joints run a little tight.
I'll put my name in for you. I don't want them.
My man.
But that's what's up, man. We ended up putting together a nice little show for y'all. I think next week we'll have another topic. Y'all know how we do. We went ahead and gave you our top. We gave you our top releases so far this year. We gave you our top purchases so far this year. I think we did a pretty good job so far this year, fellas. So happy 6th month, going into 7th month anniversary. It's been a dope ride, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the crew. I appreciate the chat. It has been dope to go on this journey with y'all, man. The assists, the conversation, the jokes, all of that shit's been dope. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off first, man. It's your man Beer Jedi, aka, and I'm only doing this one aka because it was dope. Dunk Master Flex. I'll holler at y'all next week.
And for me, man, just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Like Beer Jedi said, I want to repeat that. It's been nice working with you guys, man. It's been like 6 months now. It's actually been a little bit over 6 months, so that's really dope to think that we are 28 episodes in. We're going to keep rocking out, so just tune in next week.
Yep. I was going to ask you what the number is, so 28. So
28.
Yeah, we got to, I guess when we get to 52, we got to have a party. That'll be one full year.
Yeah, one full year.
Weeks. We didn't miss a week, so it's been dope, man. Absolutely. I've appreciated it. Just want to shout out, some of the other family. Y'all know the deal. Check out the family, the Monday Midsole on Mondays with Molly Mall and Polos and Jays and One Legged Lister and Buckeye City Soul. They're just over there getting it in, doing their things on Monday. Also want to shout out again our family from across the border up north, Sneaker Files. Check them out. They're on podcast, and I also thought I saw some post where they're looking expanding, like maybe doing a magazine or just kind of expanding their format beyond what they're just doing with the podcast. So y'all stay locked. Check out what they're doing for sure. And of course, the granddaddy of them all, as they say, the Sneaker Box Podcast. Shout out to the whole family over there, Guru. And the man Jumpman Bostic still healing, but I see he's moving around a lot more. So doing well. Glad to see him up and moving around. And the captain that keeps them all moving, African Caesar and MJ and Francis 303 or 301. Sorry, Francis. I know it's Francis and 3 something. My apologies. Charge it to the old head, not to the heart. But appreciate it. Y'all just definitely check that out. In the chat, y'all let us know, kind of what things you might want to see. If you have any suggestions for topics or whatever, we haven't asked for that in a while. So, just leave a comment. Let us know, something that you might want to see us tackle in some future shows. We're working on bringing some guests to you coming in the next couple of months. So stay locked for that. Just hang out with us for the summer. And that's all I got. We appreciate you, and there's nothing you could do. But it is your boy, OG Sneakers, wishing all of you total team early in the chat, total sneaker family. One love. And the Jay-Z album is dopeness.